Hello students, as you are nearing your board examinations, the computer applications paper will be soon. Once you begin your examinations, I think computer applications is going to be towards the end. So request to all of you that keep on revising your papers, because there will be a long gap once you begin with your English paper and your computer paper will be towards the end. So there will be a gap. So whenever you find time, keep on revising the papers as well, and I'll request you that before the examination, you must prepare the entire syllabus. Have some practice of the papers so that when you need time, you can revise the papers as well, and try as many sessions as you can of practicing the entire paper. That will help you. So today here I'm going to revise you with a practice paper which I have prepared, the most probable ones. So you can go through the question paper, discuss the paper along with me, and then you can watch the videos again. Subscribe to the channel and keep updated so that you can get more updates, because I will be updating more contents for the ICSE computer applications, where we will be discussing more sample papers, more contents, and as I had reminded earlier also, there will be a session in which I'll be revising the entire theory paper, entire syllabus of the theory paper. So keep on waiting for that session and stay updated. So let's begin with the session with the question paper which I have prepared for this, which will be containing your section A and section B. So this paper which we are going to begin with, this is a section A and section B computer application which is for the ICSE 2025. So paper computer applications class 10 theory, maximum marks 100, right? Maximum marks 100, as we already know that the maximum marks, full marks for the computer paper is 100. So this is your paper in which you will be getting the question paper, 100 marks paper, 2 hours is the duration, right? 2 hours duration, that is of your question paper when we talk about computer application. So it's a 2 hours paper in which you get access to your theory as well as the section A as well as section B. And when we talk about the planning session is of 2 hours, planning session is of 15 minutes, reading time of the question paper is 15 minutes, and the writing time is 2 hours, right? So that total duration becomes 2 hours 15 minutes. Now when we talk about this paper, the 15 minutes of reading time which has to be utilized judiciously by you so that you can make full use. So in that time you can utilize that time in practicing your or going through your section A. Have a proper analysis of your section A part so that when you are getting the question paper, that time you will be able to access it properly, right? You will be getting the paper which will be, you will be able to access the paper, get the question paper, and try to have a dry run of all the solutions so that when you are able to get the question paper, you are able to understand or perform maximum of the things. Now the first question, name the principle of Java which is shown in the above figure. Question 1, as you all know, that it's a multiple choice question and you have 4 options, and after that you have to select the most probable or the correct answer you have to select. So this is name the principle of Java shown in the above figure, and as you all see that this is showing inheritance, right? So this will be inheritance. What is inheritance? Inheritance in which there is a hierarchical model, right? There is a hierarchical model, so this is a inheritance. Second question is assertion reason based question in which you have been given a statement that is Java supports object-oriented programming by using concepts like encapsulation and inheritance. The reason is encapsulation is achieved by making class variables private and providing public getter and setter methods. Now these are option, action, assertion is correct and reason is correct for the given statements, because when we talk about Java object-oriented programming language by using the concepts like encapsulation and inheritance. Third question is, what does the keyword static signify in Java? What does the keyword static signify in Java? Now when we talk about a static the parameters when we talk about. So what is static? A variable or a method belongs to the class rather than an instance. That is defined by the static keyword, right? Static basically is a modifier, right? Access specifiers, modifiers, parts of the function. So this static defines that a variable or a method belongs to the class rather than the instance. Next one, parameters passed to a method during the object method call are called. Parameters passed to a method during the method call are called, they are called formal parameters, right? The parameters which are passed to the method call, they are the formal parameters. When we are defining the method, sorry, this will be actual parameters, that is option A. When we define the parameters, that time we refer it as a formal parameter, and when the variables which we are defining, when we are calling the function, they are known as actual parameters. That's the actual set of values. Next is the equals method in Java is used to. Options are compare two strings for content equality, compare two strings using reference equality, check the length and reverse of a string. So equals method is used to compare two strings for content equality. The strings should be same, and it is a case sensitive function, so if they are in different cases it will be treated as false. It returns true or false. Next one is identify the valid data type for storing fractional numbers in Java. Fractional numbers, it can be int or boolean or float or char. Decimal values, it can be float or double. So the correct option is C, that's float. Which access specifier allows access to a class member only within the same package? Only within the same package, that will be default, not no modifiers there. Then what is the result of the following code? A is 5, B is 10. A plus B. A plus will remain 5 and plus B will remain A plus, that is A plus becomes how much? A plus is 5 plus of B. B becomes 11. So 5 plus 11, it will be 16. So it will become B. That's the correct answer. A plus, that's 5. Plus B becomes 11. So 5 plus 11, it will be 16. So B is the correct answer. Next one, which of the following operators is a logical operator? Logical operator, and, or, modulus, double equals. It will be or operator is a logical operator, and it should have been double and, then only it will have been a logical operator. So B is the correct answer. What is the default value of instance variable of type boolean? Boolean, the default value is false, right? The boolean, the default value is false. Next one is in Java, arrays are, options are fixed in size, dynamic in size, initialized automatically to non-zero values, or stored as primitive data types only. Arrays have a fixed size, so it will be correct option will be A, that's fixed in size. Next is, what will be the output of the following code be? Double sum is equal to 7 divided by 2. That it is double, so it will be how much? Double sum is equal, num is equal to 7 upon 2, and system.out.println num. Now this is num equal to 7 divided by 2. Since it is 7 upon 2, it will be option A, that is 3.5. A constructor in Java is a method to destroy an object, a method called when an object is created, used only with the static methods, or a method that must have a return type. Constructor called when an object is created, right? A constructor is called when the object is created. Next is identify the method that converts a string to an integer in Java. Converting string to integer, so it will be integer.parseInt. Next, the keyword final in Java can be used to declare. The final is used to declare a constant variable, a method that cannot be overridden, and a class that cannot be inherited. So it will be option D, all of the above. The switch statement in Java supports which data types? Option A, int, char, string, boolean, float, double, decimal values cannot be there, long, float and char. Float cannot be there, only int, this is long. So it can contain int, char as well as string. Earlier it was only int and char, but now string is also accepted by the latest versions of JDK. We cannot have a float and a double value when we are talking about string, about the switch case. Next is, what is the purpose of this keyword? This keyword refers to the current object, this dot A. For an object, if it is a value, then it refers to that. What is the output of the following code? math.min 5.5 comma 6.0. So the smaller value will come, that is 5.5. Next question, what is the default return type of a Java method that does not explicitly return a value? It does not return a value, it will be void. What does the continue statement do? Here look, the continue statement, what it does, it skips the remaining. As soon as it gets a continue, it skips the remaining statements in the current context and moves to the next iteration. For example, if I say for I equal to 1, I less than equal to 10, I plus plus. Then I say if I equals 2, continue. And then system.out.println I. So it will print 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It will not print 2. So the continue statement is used to stop the iteration for a particular iteration. For one iteration it stops. Or whenever the situation arises, for that it will not execute. Next, so this was question number 1, 20 marks. Very important because it will give either 1 or 0. If it is correct, 1 marks. If it is not correct, 0 marks. So you must revise it once before submitting the paper, the MCQ questions, so that if you have done some mistake, it can be corrected. Next, we talk about question number 2. That's basically a 20 marks part that contains 10 questions of 2 marks each. Now in this question, it is, what is the output of the following code snippet? X is 10, Y is 10. It says if X is greater than Y, system.out.println X is greater than Y. Else system.out.println Y is greater than equal to X. So here what is happening? X is greater than Y, false. So it will take the second one, that is Y is greater than or equal to X. Next question, what is the output of the following code snippet? It is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. The loop begins from 0 and goes less than numbers dot length. I plus plus. So it will take print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The characters present are the 5 values that will be printed. Next one is to convert this while loop to a for loop. While loop ko when we are converting to for loop, what I'll do, this is convert the following segment, right? Sorry. So what I'll do, I'll just correct it once. Convert the following to a for loop. Now if I have to convert to a for loop, then what I should do? The initial value is 20, it is going to 25. Okay. So what I should do, for I equal to 20, I less than equal to 25, I plus plus, right? Then here I'll say if I equals 24, if I equals 24, then it is continue. Okay. And then I say system dot out dot println I. Okay. This continuous C will be small, you need to be careful because it is a case sensitive language. And then I close it. Yes, right? Again, this F has to be a small letter. Now explain the use of inheritance, concept of inheritance in Java. Inheritance, basically what is inheritance? Inheritance, as I have told in the beginning also, it is a fundamental concept in OOP that allows one class to inherit properties and methods from another class. It promotes code reusability and helps to creating a hierarchical relationship between classes. Then what is the output of the following code snippet? X is 10 and Y equal to plus plus X. We are asked the value of X and Y. So if we talk about X, the value of X will be updated to 11 and the value of Y also will be 11. So this is the output for this. Next one is explain the difference between double equal to and equals method in Java. Double equal to, it is a relational operator. Equals is a string method. Double equal to and equals, when we talk, equals can be used only with string data type. Double equal to can be used with any primitive data type, like it is int, it can be char, it can be, so any of the data types we can use this. Next, explain call by reference. Call by value and call by reference, they are very important. One way or the other way, the call by value, call by reference can come. Call by value definition, call by reference definition, call by value, again difference between call by value, call by reference, or explain any of these. So when we talk about call by reference, it is a concept of programming in which a reference to the actual memory address is given, right? In call by reference, a reference or the address is given. So whatever changes will be made, that changes will be made in the actual parameter. That does not happen in the call by value. So call by reference, what happens? The reference or the address is given and any change made in the actual parameter will be done there. Formal parameter will be references to the actual parameter as well. Next is differentiate between selection sort and bubble sort. Selection sort, what happens? Selection sort, we find the element which has to be there and it is replaced by that value. But in bubble sort, what happens? We compare one element with the next element, next with the next, so that way it processes. So call by selection sort and bubble sort, when we talk about, so in each iteration the smallest element is found and placed at the correct position, but in bubble sort compares adjacent element. Then it is write the output string str equal to programming system.out.println str.substring 3, 8. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, GRAMMI, right? And then str, second one is str equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, str.char 0 plus str.char 4. Char 0 is 1 plus char 4 is how much? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5, right? So str.char 0 is 1 plus str.char 5. Char 5 is 0. Char 5. Str.char 4. It is 1. So it is str.char 0. Char 0. So it is 1, 5. Okay. Then explain the use of break statement along with a proper example. What does the break statement do? The break statement takes us out of the loop, or if we talk about the switch case, again it takes out of the switch block. So if I say for I equal to 1, I less than equal to 10, I plus plus, if I equals 4, then print. So 1, 2, 3, it printed. As soon as it got the break statement, it took the program out of the loop. So that is the break statement. Then we talk about the next part, that is section B. Section B, you have 6 questions and out of the 6 programs you have to attempt any 4 programs, right? Out of the 6 you have to attempt any 4 programs. So in this you get questions from object creation, you get questions from section that the number system, you get program from string, you get programs from array, and out of the 6 any 4 programs have to be attempted. Always remember, select the most appropriate, the programs in which you are most confident, that programs you should select. So here this question is, the new multi-story parking station has been developed. The instance variables are given, vehicle number, hours and double bill. Member methods, void input, void calculate, void display, and again you have to write a main function. We define the class. Once we define the class, I have taken the variables v number, hours and double bill. We take void input. I took it as input the vehicle number, I got the vehicle number, enter hours. Now void calculate, if hours is less than equal to 1, then bill is 20, else bill equal to 20 into hours minus 1 into 15. As much more than 1, that multiplied by 50. Void display, I have displayed the details, vehicle number, hours and bill. Main function I developed, class object, then I created the object of the methods, then I created the object here all, and then it is done. Variable description table, 3 columns, variable name, type and description. Variables name, type int to input the vehicle number, hours is int to input the hours, bill double to find the bill. Second question, input numbers in a 4 by 5 dimensional array, double dimensional array, and find the biggest element of each row of the array. We take the array as input, like I have taken a double dimension array int a equal to new int 4, 5, 4 rows and 5 columns. Once this is done, what we are doing, I, j and s I have taken. I use the loop for I equal to 0, I less than 4, I plus plus, j begins from 0 less than 5. I ask the input a, I, j equal to input dot next int. Once this is done, For I equal to 0, I less than 4, I take m as 0, m for the maximum, m as 0. J begins from 0 and goes to less than 5. If Aij is greater than m, right? If Aij is greater than m, then m equal to Aij. I get the biggest element at that position, and that I am printing. So this is for the biggest element. Again here variable description, A, that's the integer array, I for the loop, J for the loop, and m is to find the biggest element of the row. Next question is, write a menu driven program to accept a number and check whether it is a prime number or automorphic number. So here, since we have to develop this, so I ask the user the choice, the ch, and then I ask the user to input the number. Case 1, if it is the choice is 1, then we are finding the number of factors. For I equal to 1, I less than equal to num I plus plus. If num modulus I is 0, then c plus plus. Now if c equals 2, I displayed its prime, else it is not prime. Case 2, I have to check for the automorphic number. I found the square of the number, I extracted the digit here. Then I am getting int id equal to int sq modulus math.power 10, 2. For example, the number was 25. 25, 10 to the power 2 is 100. 625 modulus 100 if it is 25. If it is equal to original number, it is automorphic, else it is not automorphic. Break, and again case 1 was prime, case 2 was automorphic. Default, it will be an incorrect choice. Next one, write a program to input 20 numbers in an array, arrange these names, input 20 names in an array, arrange these names in descending order of letters, means alphabetically. We have also discussed in the array programs here. String n I took, for I equal to 0, I less than 20, I took the name as input, ni equal to input dot next in. Second one, for I equal to 0, I less than 19, we are going to the second last. J equal to 0, j less than 19 minus I. I am comparing, if n at j dot compared to n at j plus 1 is less than 0, then t equal to n at I, I am swapping the values. T equal to n at I, n at j equal to n at j plus 1, and n at j plus 1 equal to t. T equal to I took here, j and j plus 1 I am comparing. If it is bigger, then t at j equal to n at j, I stored it temporarily. N at j equal to n at j plus 1, and then again n at j plus 1 equal to t. And then we are finally printing the double dimension array. Then one question will be there from function overloading. Here it is void print design int n char ch, one integer and one character that draws a filled square of side n using the character stored in ch. Second one is void print underscore design int x int y that draws a filled rectangle of length x and width y using the symbol hash. Third one is void print underscore design that with no argument that draws a filled triangle shown below. Right? So this will be the option here. First one I print, for I equal to 1, I less than equal to n, I plus plus, j equal to 1, j less than equal to 1, I am printing the character ch. Two parameters are here. Next one, print underscore design int x int y. Loop goes for I equal to 1, I less than equal to x, I plus plus, j equal to 1, j less than equal to I, j plus plus, system.out.print hash, and then system.out.println. Third function again, for I equal to 1, I less than equal to 3, for j equal to 1, j less than equal to I, j plus plus, system.out.print asterisk, outside system.out.println. So, and again when we are making the main function, overload ob equal to new overload, ob.print design 3, 5. So 3 and 5, a square of side 3 and printed 5 there. ob.print design 2, 5, that will be there, and ob.print design, that is the value here. Next question is, write a program to accept a word in lowercase. If it is in uppercase, display the new word by replacing the vowels in the letter following it and the letter and other letters also with the following after it. The question says, write a program to accept a word. A word will be accepted, convert it into lowercase. If it is in uppercase, convert it to lowercase. Display the new word by replacing the vowels with the letter following it and the other letters with the letter before it. Means if it is a vowel, then the next letter will be coming. If it is not a vowel, then the previous letter will be coming. So accordingly we will be using it to restructure, right? And for example, I took it, converted to lowercase. I took the string here, I took the length. For I equal to 0, I less than length, char ch equal to str.char at I. if it is A or E or I or O or U, right? If str.caret equals A or str.caret equals E or I or O or U, then I'm taking char next char equal to char of ch plus 1. Ch plus 1 means the next character, right? And then we are adding it to the string, else char next char equal to char of ch minus 1, the previous one, and then we are adding it to the new str. Outside the loop, we are displaying the new string. We can also take it and store it in a character, and we can do it, and then we are making the variable description table. So this what we see, that we will be able to access the program if you want, right? You will be able to see the program, analyze the questions, right? Analyze all the 6 programs, see which are the best one which you can do. Once you are complete with it, solve the program, make the variable description along with the program. Sometimes students do mistakes, either they leave the variable description table or then they make it at the last. This has a problem that at times you may miss the program variable description, or even the examiner misses it and they will not give marks for that. So it's a better way that along with the program you make the variable description table. All the questions have to be attempted in sequence, right? First you do question number 1, that is the MCQ part. Then you begin with question number 2, solve all the questions. After every question you leave some space. Again, we are talking about programs also. Once you complete a program, make the variable description table, begin the next program from a new page. This will give a better appearance, a better presentation for your programs, right? If you have some queries with the programs, have a dry run. You will find time to have a dry run the program. Even talking about output based questions, you in the rough work paper, you can just rough sheet, you can have a dry run, take the variables, visualize it. So that will give you a better understanding. When you talk about your revision part, once you are complete with it, have at least 10 minutes for time for revision, so that you can once go through your papers. If you revise it properly, you will save some marks which you might have done some mistake. Do not do overwriting, right? Do not do any overwriting. The variable description tables also, they should be made a proper, make a box using pencil or a scale or a pen. You can draw the boxes. 3 columns, specify variable name, type and description. Write properly. Do not give much descriptions. It should be short only. 4 to 5 words for a variable. To input a variable, to input the length, to use in the loop. This sort of, it has to be there. But it has to be there. Right? So, wish you all the best. Practice certain questions, practice some programs. Regular basis you can practice some programs. And at least 2 to 3 papers you must solve in a week. I'll be discussing more sample papers, more papers in coming days, and I'll be sending also. So those of you who will require the question or the solved question paper of this, you could send your email address in the comment box, so that I'll be sending you all those specimen papers which are there. So wish you all the best and thank you.